Hello, there were a few questions regarding the study in Germany, and I would like to answer those queries based on what knowledge I have obtained. And every year things change, so I have no idea as to how things are for this academic year. But in general, I'm going to answer those queries for you. Question 1. Is it true that pursuing graduate studies in Germany is free of cost as far as tuition and other university related fees are concerned? As far as tuition fees are concerned, yes, it is free of cost, but every student has to pay a definite amount as a semester fees, which comes around 250, 240 to 250 euros, and that changes every semester as the market changes. So every student has to pay a semester fees, with which he can get a semester ticket, with which he can travel in the local trams or buses or in trains, in specific trains for free within that particular state. And the second question is it true that all graduate programs are offered in English and there is no German language requirement? Well, that is not true because most of the, it depends on the graduate studies that a person is opting for. And a few of the courses are offered in English, and those courses are especially for international students who can go and pursue their graduate studies in Germany. And again, a few courses, even for international students, there are German language requirements in specific universities. That depends on the course and the university that a person is choosing. So basically, it's not true for all the universities. It's true for some of the universities. The next question is what are and how much is the typical out of pocket expenses that a student would incur in order to support oneself while studying in Germany? Well, the out of pocket expenses depends on an individual as to how much he spends every month, and also it depends on the place of study. Certain places, like places like Berlin or Stuttgart or Frankfurt, are much more expensive than places like Chemnitz or Dresden. So it depends on the place of study in which university he's studying, and also it depends on an individual as to how much he spends every month. So there is no such average amount that an individual can spend. Uh, it depends on an individual. Yeah. But again, the Deutsche Bank releases around 670 euros every month to support his or her livelihood every month. And if they're staying in a place which is much more expensive, then they have to work somewhere else part time in order to support their livelihood. So again, it depends on the place in which they're staying, and also it depends on an individual how much he or she spends every month. So the next question is: are students allowed to work in Germany, and if so, for how many hours a week or a month, and at what rate? Yes, students are allowed to work in Germany part time to support their livelihood and studies, and they have to work around 20 hours a week at the maximum, or around 80 hours a month at maximum if they're working part time, and or if they're doing an internship, then they can work full time for the internship in the company. And the rate at which they're going to get paid depends on the institution which they're working for or the company that they're working for. And normally the rates are it's between 9 euros to 12 euros an hour that they're going to get paid on an average. So yes, this is what it is. The next question is: which are the most preferred destinations within Germany for Indian students? As far as my knowledge goes, Indian students prefer to go to Munich or Hamburg or Aachen, Berlin. But again, those depends on an individual as to what he wants to study and which university he wants to go into, based on the course that the university offers. So it depends on an individual in general. The next question is: how easy is to get jobs after graduation? Jobs after graduation, it depends on an individual as to how sound he is in his technical field, and also it depends on an individual's knowledge on his German language skills. So if he's good in his field, if he's technically sound in his field, and if he has a good hold or good command over German language, then it's a piece of cake for him or her to get a job after graduation. And of course, it also depends on if he's a team player and things like that in general. So basically, these are the two main criteria that people prefer here to get jobs. Are that he or she should know German language. They have to have a good command over German language, and they have to be technically sound. They have to know what they have studied throughout. And the next question is Germany a safe country for Indian students? Of course it is. Thank you.